now, since now is the book, now I show it again. There we go. So that's what we're going to be reading. And don't forget to say, comment, share this with friends and family. If you have enemies, share it with them too. And no, 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 actually, no, don't send this in the wrong sides, eh? Hey, hey, hey. Let's. I'm always just on my BS. What can I say? Sometimes, some days are like that. Okay, let's start. What will we always do? We read the back. There's nothing on the back. Have a question? Just ask. Henry's greedy. Grady Hendrix. What does he say? Has written for Variety, Slay, The New York Post, Playboy, Village Voice, Strange Horizons, and the Anthology of Mad Scientist's Guide to World Domination. He spent several years answering the phone for a parapsychological research organization. He is currently employed by Orcs Manhattan. Look at that. Hmm? But why none of his friends have written anything? Okay. Would like to acknowledge the following partners for their support. For assisting local authorities during their store recent HR crisis. The hell is this? Well, I'll show you what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. Comes with illustrations. It says, "For all men must work, and all women must weep as labor sons, social time reap." Oh, that's what I think I'm understanding. I don't know. That might not be the exact quote. Let's see what it says at the beginning before we dive into the part I'm at, because I'm not going to start it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not going to start it. I don't want to roast this writer yet, so I'm not going to roast anyone. Let's begin by that. I'm not going to roast anyone. Okay? So let me start there. Something strange is happening at the Orcs Furniture Superstar in Cleveland, Ohio. Every morning, employees arrive to find broken bookshelves, shattered glans, water goblets, and smashed little peep wardrobes. Sales are down, security cameras reveal nothing, and the store managers are panicking. To unravel the mystery, three employees volunteer to work a 9-hour dusk till dawn shift. In the dead of night, they patrol the empty showroom floor, investigate strange sights and sounds, and encounter horrors that defy the imagination. The traditional haunted house story in a truly contemporary setting. Horrorstore is designed to retain in its luster and natural appearance for a lifetime of use. Pleasingly or proportioned with generous French flaps and a suffocating binding, Horrorstore delivers the psychological terror you need and an elegant package you deserve. Welcome to Orsk. I'm going to tell you, eh? Whoever wrote this makes it sound like it might be a good book. So, whoever wrote that, that was a great concept. As a concept, magnific concept. The idea is, but to me, I cannot get into the book. I cannot. For the life of me, I don't know what's going on with my mind. But I don't think it's the book's fault. Even though I'm going to tell you between you and me, if you ask me for a book recommendation, probably wouldn't be this one. Not out of that, I don't like it. That's a part. After saying I'm going to be nice and be nice. Be nice. I know. I know. Sometimes I'm a little bit of an asshole. I know. I know. I know. It's not on purpose. I'm trying to an asshole myself. I'm trying. It's hard. It's tough. But what am I going to do? Oh, let me send this to random people if they have a book in their thing. Well, thank you very much for giving me that time. So here we go. Retreat to a private island where you can find the rest you need, nesting in a cloud high above the course of the world. Musk envelops you in the curse and takes you on a journey into a land of dreams. Edward in Night Beach, Beaver Oak, and Sycamore Queen, and twin sizes available. Item number 752-431-666. And I'll show you the. This is how it's in the thingy. That's what it looks like. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I know you're liking it. I know you're liking it. Well, let me tell you that's where everything you like is going to end. I'm joking. It's just jokes. It's just jokes. Okay. Hello, hello. How you doing? Join, join. We're here reading a little bit. We're reading horror store, at least trying to. If the book allows us to, because it's a tough one. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's because of the way I'm approaching it. So allow some margin of error for this author, okay? Don't take everything I say as like bam, Zen said it. You should. You won't go wrong if you do. But I want to allow some space for me to be wrong, even though it's not probable. What can I say? Life is like that. Okay. We're going to read as usual. We're going to advance. And how is it that we're going to do? How is it that we always do? Do you remember? We we go from. I want to remember. I want to remember. It want to comes to mind. We just read, and when we feel like stopping, we stop and we comment. You can take your book on page 67, or you can follow the read right now, and we're going to read while we're here, and we'll stop whenever we feel like I said before. Eh? Okay, nice to have you. Okay, said Matt, loading a backpack with EMF readers. We need to put this all along the bright and shining path. Do you really think they'll record anything? Sure they will, Matt said. Look at the size of the light grid. He pointed at the ceiling. 12 feet above their heads was a massive crisscross network of beams, pipes, wires, and huge HVAC ducts. Everything was pointed the same off-white color as the ceiling to help camouflage the infrastructure. Why do you want to detect the light grid? Amy asked. I don't, Matt said. But this store has 680 field lights and another 200 spotlights to heat accents. So it's generating most of the electromagnetic activity in the building, which means that's what the meter are going to be. He grabbed a meter and waved it in the air like incense. 2 milligauss, he said. That's what it will be reading all night long. That's what it's going to be reading all night long, is my guess. Then why bother putting out the meters? Matt picked up a flip camera, slung a backpack over his shoulder, and handed Amy a store map and a pencil. Just mark down every place I live one, he said. Trinity will kill me if I lose any. But if they're not showing anything except the lightning grid, Amy asked them, then why are you putting them out? She followed Mao down the bright and shining path deeper into bedrooms. Because that's Trinity's plan, and you're super in love with her, she said. Ma didn't answer, and Amy knew the kind of effect Trini had on male flirt partners. All she had to do was act like super cute Japanese schoolgirl, and she could recruit an entire army of ghost hunters. Matt placed the first unit on a Caliban bedside table. Jason Wade, Hewes. Jason Hewes, he said, my favorite Rooter employee. Amy looked at him. I like the name of readers after TV ghost hunters, he explained. Write them on the map, okay? They walk along the bright and shiny path, leaving bedrooms and waving through bathrooms and wardrobes. Matt stopped every 25 feet to place another meter atop a Finny Brum chest of drawers. Inside a little ultra narrow single door wardrobe on top of a membership kiosk outside Children's. He named each one of them Lorraine Warren, chicken farmer, Ryan Bow, drama queen, Josh Gates, adventure whore. That what have you got against these people? Amy asked. They jump to conclusions. They use the word energy without actually knowing what it means. They pretend to understand physics when they clearly don't even know how their own equipment works. They call themselves scientists but beat up the scientific method and drag it through the mud. And worst of all, they're terrible at being on TV. Whereas you guys would be awesome. Where you guys would be awesome? Obviously, Matt said, Trinity has camera presence to burn. She's funny, she's got a great look, she's comfortable around tools, and she can solder a circuit, which is totally hot. Even if we don't get any apparitions on tape, we're still going to knock this out of the park. We'll charge the EMF. Here's the thing with this book. I feel like it would be a really nice short story. Nice, quickly. Pam, 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 pam. I'm on page 68 and I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have much left. Well, I have a lot left, I feel like, but I can't wait to be done with it. And it's for book club, so I don't want to just. Well, how many pages does it have? Let's see. It has around 250, no? So let's go to the. Let's jump a little bit ahead. Let's go to chapter 8, French. We're going to read just a little bit because this book I'm a little bit tired of it. So I don't think it has anything wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with this book. It's just that it's not for me. I'm really trying to enjoy it, but it's really not enjoyable to me. I know there's someone out there that's going to love something like this, but I feel like it has no content. There's nothing here. There's nothing. There's the premise, and as I'm saying, this premise that you read here, that's it. That's it. You read the book. So I don't know what to do. I want to sit down here and read it to you. I wish it was like, I don't know, Demon Copperhead, Dune. No, those are I'm pushing too high, okay? Yeah, I'm being a little bit, I'm comparing two things that are in completely different realms. So that's very unfair from my side. But mm, yeah, This book doesn't speak to me. It doesn't speak to me. So, who would I recommend it to? No one really. I think that someone will like it for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely, someone will love something like this. I'm telling you, you can find people to like almost anything. There's someone out there that would take this book and be like, thank the Lord. But me, I'm not that person. I'm not that person. So, thank you very much for being here. We can do two things. We can go back to writing, or we can no. We have another book. This one is for next week. This one is for next week. So let's see. It's a thick book. It's a thick book. Okay. You see, this is thick. So you see, there's a reason why this book has no. Let me get back here. There's a reason why this book is empty here. There's nothing on the back. There's a reason for it. There's a reason. There's a reason. You start seeing the signs, and once you start realizing these things, let me put my glasses up there. Once you start seeing these things, you cannot unsee them. Once you see them, they are there. They are there. They are too obvious. They are too obvious. What am I supposed to do if it's so obvious? There's nothing I can do. You see, the world is crazy. We live in a crazy world. What a world to live in. Okay. And as I was saying, this book was saying nothing, had nothing to say, had a fun premise that could have been a fun short story. But I'm sure that because they know people, they are well known, they they have gotten someone to, oh yeah, let's publish it. It's good enough, and they published it. But it's a book that it's a quick read. It's not going to fulfill your hunger for literature. You're not going to feel like you read that. No, you're just going to read and be like, interesting, I guess. This one on the other side, I'm going to tell you, Station 11. The writing is very good, but it comes with an issue. I don't care. I don't care. That's my issue with it. Let me find where I'm at with it. Levi. I'm with the audiobook as well. I'm double reading. How do you call that? Some people call it immersive reading. I call it reading while I read. Oh, okay, here you are. Wow, I got scared for a second. I got scared for a second, and chapter 12, right at the beginning of chapter 12. Eh? Does it have a. I just got the book for you guys and girls, and now I cannot. I cannot find it now. Let's see. Let's see. Where is this? Where is this? 3. Let's see. Table of content. Hey, wait. Wait. Yes, that's where I'm at. Give me a second. I'll have to get back to you in a moment. Yes, chapter 20. Okay. Here we go, chapter 20. Where are we? I'm a bit lost. Let's see, let's hear this.
Chapter 20. 2 days out of St. Deborah by the water, the symphony came upon a burnt-out resort town. A fire had swept through some years ago, and now the town was a meadow with black ruins standing. A sea of pink flowers had risen between the shards of buildings. The charred shells of hotels came upon a burnt-out pond. The prophet's dog was named Moody. Chapter 20. 2 days out of St. Deborah by the water, the symphony came...
Yeah, perfect, perfect. I found it. I found it. Here we are, chapter 20. As I was telling you before, the thing with this story, even though it's really well written, the prose is really good and the characters are really well characterized. I could not care less about the story she's telling me. I could not care less. I don't know what is it about it that I cannot care. I cannot put myself to care. Let's see what other people have said. We're going to check what we can find about the author online, and maybe through some investigation we can find out who they are and we can find a way to care. So, advanced praise for Station 11. We're reading the back of the book. A genuinely unsettling dystopian novel that also allows for moments of great tenderness. Emily St. John Mandel conjures indelible visuals, and her writing is pure elegance. Patrick DeWitt, author of The Sisters Brothers. Station 11 is the kind of book that speaks to dozens of the readers in me, the Hollywood devotee, the comic book fan, the cold junkie, the love lover, the disaster tourist. It is a brilliant novel, and Emily St. John Mandel is astonishing. Emma Straub, author of The Vacationers. Station 11 is a firework of a novel, elegantly constructed and packed with explosive beauty. It's full of life and humanity and the aftershock of memories. Lauren Bukes, author of The Shining Girls, a magnificent compulsive novel of the pleasure of falling down the rabbit hole of Mandel's imagination, a dark shimmering place. Lisa Klausman, author of Tigers in Red Weather. Disturbing, inventive, and exciting. Station 11 left me wistful for a world where I still live. Jessie Burton, author of The Miniaturist. An ambitious take on a post apocalypse world where some strive to preserve art, culture, and kindness. Think of Cormac McCarthy. Seawind with John Dillon, Magnetic, a breakout novel. Kirkus starred review. I'm going to tell you these things make it sound so good. Let's see what it says at the beginning. An audacious, darkly glittering novel. Set in the early days of civilization's collapse, Station 11 tells the spellbinding story of a Hollywood star, his world, his would-be saver, and a nomadic group of actors roaming the scattered outpost of the Great Lakes region, risking everything for art and humanity. One snowy night, Arthur Lerner, a famous actor, has a heart attack outstaged during a production of King Lear. Genevieve Chambly, a paparazzo turned EMT, is in the audience and leaps to his aid. A child actress named Kirsten Raymond watches in horror as Jevan performs CPR, pumping Arthur's chest as the curtains drop, but Arthur is dead. The same night as Jevan walks home from the theater, a terrible flu begins to spread. Hospitals are flooded and Ivan and his brother barricade themselves inside an apartment, watching out the window as cars clog the highways, gunshots ring out, and life disintegrates around them. That's how the book starts. Okay, that's that's how the book starts. It's not the entirety of the book, but that's how it starts. 15 years later, Kirsten is an actress with the traveling symphony. Together, this small troupe moves between the settlements of an altered world, performing Shakespeare and music for scattered communities of survivors. Written on the caravana and tattooed on Kristen's arm is a line from Star Trek, because survivor is insufficient. But when they arrive in Saint Deborah by the water, they encounter a violent prophet who digs graves for anyone who dares to live. Spanning decides, spanning decades, moving back and forth in time, and vividly depicting life before and after the pandemic. This suspenseful elegiac novel is rife with beauty, as the author falls in and out of love, as Eva watches the new casters say their final goodbyes, and as Kristen finds herself caught in the crosshair of the prophet. We see the strangest twist of fate and connect them all. A novel of art, memory, and ambition. Station 11 tells a story about the relationships that sustain us, the ephemeral nature of fame, and the beauty of the world as we know it. Yeah, it's a lot. Sounds like a lot, but in the novel actually does a lot. Actually, since we just started this, we have until 7. We have 30 more minutes. Let's search these authors. Let's see, who are they? Who are these authors? You know what I mean? Let's duplicate reading. Okay. And now we do like this. No, let me okay, we do this. Why is it? Oh, I forgot. I forgot about that detail. Okay, let me do something. I'm trying to do something, but I can only do it if you let me. Okay, so let me do something here first. Let's look for the author of Horror Store. Good. I don't want to use Goodreads yet, but that's the only one. That's the only page I can think of for this. And we do Horror Store. What are the stars? What do people say about it? Mm, that's my story. That I hope you weren't thinking about saying anything about it, anything bad about it, because that might be the last thing you say. No, let me do something here. Transform, edit transformation, and I will give you some so you can see what's underneath. You can see the entire screen like I do. The other one is because it's on the other thing. That's the only reason that I don't let you see it, because I don't want anyone to get crazy on me. Let's see if that's exactly what you can see. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now here we are. 3.65. That's a big number. Horror, fiction, humor, audiobook, paranormal mystery, thriller, adult fantasy, ghosts. Okay, sure, whatever you say, no? Let's see what it says. Grady Hendrix is the author of the novels Horror Store about an haunted IKEA and My Best Friend's Exorcism, which is like beaches meet the Exorcist, and only it's set in the 80s. Blah 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 blah. Whatever you say. Let's see the ratings. Who gives five stars? No, because there's people. 4.5 round up. I was so excited when my friend Sean and I made a spur of the moment decision to Buddy Road Horror Store. Love that for us. I have owned a copy of this since it was first released, and I've heard such. Who's this? Who's this? This is your friend for sure. Original. I've never read anything like it. A big box store has discovered it is being violated overnight by squatters. The manager selects a few members of the staff to stay overnight to catch them in the act. What no one knows but is about to discover is that the store is haunted. 5 star, that's hilarious. Amended review. I am man enough to admit when I'm wrong. As my wife, so rightful points, blah blah blah, for sure. Shut up. This deliciously quirky novel brings Kirs to one of the happiest places on earth, and IKEA is okay, whatever. Oh, I can see authors like these. Okay, 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 okay. These might be true. These might be true. Some people might really like this book. Let's see the 1 star. The 1 stars and the 5 stars are usually right there in between. You never know what to expect from them. But let's see what this one says. 1 star. 80 is weeks, 80 reviews. He has 1300 followers. 1 star. Absolutely an abysmal reading experience. Incohesive, immature, unfinished. I'm not sure about why he actually did write it, but it felt like he came out of IKEA one day and he was like, "Whoa, dude, it's so totally like a prison in there." And then wrote a NaNoWriMo about it. Barely 250 pages with large font. Thought, thank God it's not any longer. Any longer. I couldn't bear to suffer through any more of it. It's a shallow whirlwind through random imagery that doesn't even fit together. Shallow character, shallow plot, high school level writing. I can't stress this enough. Oh, haha, there is furniture named Balzac and Arsel and Splage. Oh, you are laughing, right? Isn't that funny? This person is so right. They're going on a rant here, but it's a rant. Eh, Design 10 out of 10. Awesome. Actual content 2 out of 10. I can see that. My brain craves horror stories during the summertime more than it ever does. So imagine my excitement when I came to know that there was a novel with illustrations about a haunted IKEA store. Oh, what a unique concept. These people are exactly what I say. The concept is awesome. The concept, the idea is great, but the book is trash. Not trash. Sorry, 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 sorry. But the book is not for my liking. You saw that there's more 5 stars than 1 star. Let me tell you that. That should be, if that tells you something, let that be the thing speaking to you. There's people here that are 19,000 people have rated this book as a 5 star book, and only 1,800 as bad. So that should tell you something. Don't let my word be the only thing you listen to. But if you did, you wouldn't be wrong about it. Let's see, 2 stars. I don't really like it. The end, period. Have you ever worked retail? I have, and it's truly a horror story. Anyone that has ever worked in customer service knows one thing really: the customer isn't always right. Here's a plot summary: haunted IKEA like store. That's it. Yup. Interesting premise and concept, illustrations and descriptions of furniture at the beginning of each chapter look really cool. As a concept, as an idea is fine, but this book cannot hold its weight. I think it's just because he's friends with people that, as an editor or whatever he did, because this is editor's work. He's an editor, and he's an editor, and and you can see it here. This is an editor's work, and and that's it. That's it. Then we have, let's see. What do we think about Station 11 by, let's see, Emily St. John. Goodreads Choice Awards. It's a 4.07. You see what I tell you? See, when I tell you that you should listen to me, okay? When I tell you that you should be listening to me, it's not, I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not just saying, "Nyeh, nyeh, 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 nyeh." I know what I'm talking about. Listen to me. I don't want you to waste your time. I don't want to waste mine. What's going on there? Come on. Why did you lose it? Why did you lose the view? Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's see. Mm, what what can we see here? Born and raised, she's an author of five novels: The Glass Hotel, Spring 2020, and Station 11 2014. Was a finalist of National Book Award and the Pen for Award. Won the Morning News Tournament of Books and has been translated into 34 languages. Lives in New York City with her husband and daughter. So if anyone thought like you have a chance, let me tell you, you do not. And you can see that this book has 208,000 5 stars. 208,000. We're not going to read all those reviews, but it also has 7,001 stars. And I always tell you, you're going to find the most truth between the 3 and 4. And in that ratio, you'll see if it's good or not. Most people don't give one. So if there's a lot of ones, you have to know that something's going on there. Most people give 3 stars because at least they read it. And everyone that at least took it and enjoyed the premise or something always do give 2 stars. So these are the ways to understand if a book is going to be good or not without getting spoilers, just by looking at the review ratio and something and things like that. But also, you can read what people say in the back. You can ask me. Same, if you're not sure about a book, if you should read it or no, send me the book. I'll look at it and I'll be like, come on, this is going to be, if you like this, you're going to like, if you don't, you're not going to like it. And right now I can tell you that this book, there's a lot of people that will enjoy it, but personally, I am not enjoying it. It says, hell is the absence of the people for long. You long for, not for long. Not that you long them for long. I'm here. I'm making a terrible job at representing what this guy is saying. But let's see the five, a couple reviews in 5 stars. Come on. Don't glaze it like that. The book is so beautiful. I'm not even talking about cover, although actually, let's take a second to talk about the cover. Come on. Okay, let's see. I'm going to read it, okay? I'm not even talking about the cover. Although actually, let's take a second to talk about the cover. Look at this cover. Are you seeing it? So lovely, so pretty. Look at it. Sorry, I'm here talking about it, but not actually showing it. Ah! Okay, now that we have done that, damn, it's like she's reading my mind. This book is so beautiful. I don't know what I expected. I honestly don't really know why I picked this up, besides the aforementioned pretty cover thing. I'm not a huge sci fi person. I'm definitely not a huge post-apocalyptic dystopian person. We all through okay, let me calm down. We all lived through the time when YA just seemed like different iterations of the exact same dystopian plotline. Like, were there not at least 2 years in which every YA book was the Hunger Games Divergent and a different title, but somehow increasingly bland? Anyway, blah 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 blah, for sure, for sure. Survival isn't super, for sure, blah blah blah. Let's see what does the one star one star people say. For me, Station 11 fell squarely into the category of slimly do books that seem to be highly rated by everyone else. Damn, the premise totally intrigued me. You put words like pandemic and apocalyptic times together. Hey, what's going on? Okay. Let's go back to where we were. Something happened here. Something happened. Reviews. One star. You see, the thing with the people with one stars, they speak the truth, but not always. Sometimes they speak the truth, but they are too heavy in the way they grade. I get it. But damn, you put together and with the promise of a civilization having fallen into chaos and ruin, and I sign up every time. I honestly can't resist. But it turns out that was the only interesting about this book. I'm sorry to report. First, the whole story is told in non-linear format, jumping around time wise from year before the pandemic to 20 years after. Is there a particular reason for this jumping around? I honestly couldn't tell. Unless it's to make it hard to follow the characters and what happens to them. Speaking of characters, the ones in here are among the most uninteresting I've ever encountered. There was nothing about them that grabbed my attention and made, damn, she's too right. Whoever said this, you are too right. Damn. I'm sorry, it's true. It's true. The book is really good. Even though this is still true, what they're saying, the writing is beautiful. There's it creates a feeling of longing of that. There's a strange feeling of the beauty of the past. What's that called? Nostalgia. Yes, you read it and you feel some nostalgia, even though it's talking about the pandemic and it has a beautiful rhythm to it. So in the writing, 5 stars, but the story, I could not care less. It was so hard. Let's see this Jack Foster, 8 followers, one book. The character is so poorly drawn. Arthur, a vapid movie star who, based on his action and his wife, is a shallow base, blah blah. Every honestly, let's see, 2 stars. I've been meaning to read this book for years, and now that finally I feel this sort of acute disappointment that comes from wanting something for so long that the eventual achievement of it is a loss. Whatever, sure, whatever you say, sometimes some people are entitled to their opinion, you know but this book is yeah, we're talking about Station 11. uh, it wants to say something. The problem is that I don't know what it's trying to talk about. I don't know what it's trying to say. It's showing me things. It's showing me things, but I don't know what it wants to say. I don't know what its intention. And I've gotten 20 chapters in, and I cannot find myself wanting to know what's going to happen. And I hate that because it's so beautifully written. It has so much emotion in its words that I want to read it, but I cannot care less. If I cared less, it would be insulting. That no, I'm going too far. I'm going too far. Okay, let me stop myself there. You see, when I stop, let's focus on the good things about it. Because we've had for these book clubs, we've had these two different books. One with an interesting premise and a terrible execution, and one with beautiful writing and overall not caring much. I've had two other books for book club this week this month. And I can tell you that the one of them I haven't had the chance to read it yet. It's a short story, so it should take me like around an hour, 2 hours to read. And the other one, but when I get the book, that it's impossible to find. So I might just go and listen. Listen, but no judging because I didn't read it. There's nothing I can judge. Then for the book club that I have tomorrow, I'll have to go and say that this book was trash. The one that I have next week, I'll have to go and say that the book was trash. And then the other one that I didn't read, it was trash, and I'm happy I didn't go because I didn't like the book and I only had bad things to say about it. So I'm happy I didn't read it. And I have some books that I want to bring for next week, and those ones I know nothing about the authors. I know nothing about the books, so we'll do the thing we usually do. You know what is it? Do you remember what is it that we do? Do you? Do you? Do you? Well, if you don't, you will have to come and find out. But I can tell you already that when when next week, as soon as I actually tomorrow, we'll take the books and we'll start reading them and assessing what's in them that's so interesting for us. So thank you very much for joining me. It has been awesome to have you. Damn, you cannot see me now. On one side, I flash you. On the other, I oh, that went too much. There we go. Oh shit. Okay, sure. You do you. You do you. Sometimes you just have to let it do whatever it wants to do. So we've been here for an hour and 16 minutes or a little bit longer. This recording has been of the books Horrorstore and Station 11. Thank you very much for joining. This is Zen the Hunt.
Then you wildin'.
That's hilarious. I love doing that. I wish I had the other person to do it, but I think it's a great intro or outro. You tell me. It sounds to me like it is. So I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me. It was awesome to have you. This is very very fun, and thank you for enjoying this time with me. Bye.